What is up, Yu-Gi-Oh fam? Back at it again with another video. Now, obviously, you've been waiting on this video, haven't you? Yeah, it's been made a while ago, actually. This video is going to be titled Dark Magician Combos or Combo Guide, giving you an idea with this deck profile of how you should be playing the deck and what certain lines you could take and how you can play under certain cards and things of that nature. Without further ado, let's jump on into this deck combo list. All right, let me move this out the way. Excuse me, Dark Magician girl. Excuse me, girl. Okay, so the cards, my deck's right here. Extra deck right here. The cards that I do want to talk about, well, let's get this out the way. The first combo of this deck is the following 3 cards. This is a 3-card combo. We don't do 2-card combo Dark Magician no more because we don't have Verte anymore. We're going to be starting off with Magician Souls, Rod, and obviously Nadir Servant. I'm gonna try my best to keep my hands up, my camera up here while I record. I don't have my pod so I can set my camera like this. I don't have it like that, so bear with me in this video, okay? I'm investing in getting a camera holder so I can have my camera up here while I record, okay? Let's get into this combo. First off, you normal summon Rod like so. Now, if you know what deck they're playing, heads up play. If you know what deck they're playing, you Magician Souls every time. You want a good bait, honestly. Rod is the way to go, but if you know what they're playing, you could probably play around. What's in their hand. If you don't want to do that, what you want to do is you want to normal summon Magician's Rod to the field and activate the effect. And since you have Magician Souls in hand, feel free to grab a card like Salvation. Since this is TCG, you grab Salvation. It's not a match duel where you have Verte and you can go for cards like Soul Servant and get a draw too because you're dumping Dark Magician Girl. You don't have that anymore. So in this deck, you want to grab Salvation. Let me look for this card real quick. Grab Salvation. You want to set this card up here, and you want to add the Eternal Soul from your deck to your hand, like so. Add it to your hand, like so. And what you want to do, what I like to do, is I like to put my spell, my circle right here on the edge, and my Eternal Soul on the edge to leave the middle row room. Go for that. And from here, use the Magician Souls effect. Send Dark Magician from the deck to the graveyard, like so. And then special summon Magician Souls. Whatever draw one you get really doesn't matter, but if your hand's pretty terrible, you don't run Secret Village anymore. So Magician Souls, send, and let me just shuffle my deck real quick. And whatever we get from this deck is what we will have in our hand when Nadir Servant. Not bad. Knowing the last 2 cards in our hand are randoms, because that's 2, there's 3, that's 4, this is 5. So you have an extra card in hand. You have an extra card in hand, whatever it is, Nadir, doesn't matter. What you could do, since you run Rod that bad, if you draw into her, but you won't be able to go into App Clone. I think you just stick with this right here. From here, you go into IP. Let's see if I can get my IP without editing this. Yes, I can. Grab IP. You put her up here for the time being. And then from here on out, you will Nadir Servant effect. Nadir will send App Clone, obviously, so go ahead and grab the App Clone. Try not to do too much editing, Chad, honestly. App Clone allows you to add, with App Clone on resolution, you can add a trap or spell that list, if I remember correctly, let me read. It's card sent to the graveyard. You can add one Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. I don't want to say something wrong and not know what I'm saying. So, with Nadir Servant effect, let's go ahead and add our Dogmatica card. After you grab Ecclesia, what you want to do is you want to special summon Ecclesia. Let me turn this fan off. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Special summon Ecclesia. You want to activate effect, and instead of adding for release, you want to add punishment. The reason why I say this, oh, Schism effect also. I mean, Apkallon's effect to add Schism. I cannot forget that important effect. You add Schism from the deck, and then you want to discard one card from the hand. Honestly, if I had to be real with you, it would probably be this Eternal Soul set. Low key, it'll be your Princess. The Princess. Because Nadira's great follow-up, just in case if I don't want to punishment send to Tentaclad, I could, during my turn, Nadir, shotgun Nadir, send Intis. Intis could pop one card in the field. Or when I get into my other video about Nadir server targets, we can get more into this. This is what makes this package, Nadir Dogmatica, Nadir package, so powerful. At the end of the turn, you want to set 2 cards, obviously. So you have 3 back row. This is in the middle. Ecclesia is going to stay in the middle under the arrow of IP. And then your opponent's following turn, during your opponent's following turn, you can indeed shotgun, not punishment, but shotgun Schism. But that's follow-up. Let's just do follow-up. Schism effect. You can really just banish anything besides Dark Magician. Banish Magician Souls. Sorry, Magician Souls effect. Not Magician Souls. Banish Magician Souls Apkallon. And make the window. Put this right here. Put the window right there. And since this is a continuous trap, this trap stays here no matter what. Window specifically states, if this card is faced while this card remains on the field, cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effect. Each player can only special summon monsters once per turn while this card is faced up on the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shaddoll spell or trap in the graveyard and add it to your hand, which would be obviously Schism, and you could do it all over again. Yeah, things of that nature. Keep this in hand for follow-up. You only get 1 special summon on your side. You obviously IP effect. Or you could... There's another way to do it. There's another way to go about this Eternal Soul, but I'm not going to teach you the Eternal Soul way because I don't want you to play into a back row hit where your board gets nuked. That's what I want you to play into, because Eternal Soul is very iffy. And not having back row protection or Secret Village, you become susceptible to back row hate. That's why it's important to teach good habits so you don't fall into traps like that. Go into your SP. Obviously, you want to think ahead when you're playing DM. You don't want to think behind, because other players don't have to think ahead because their deck is so much better than DM. That's what makes DM a chess type of deck. But no, this is really it for the first combo. I'll do one more combo and we'll end the video here. This next combo in this deck is a 2-card combo. Pretty simple. It's your Branded Fusion and your Nadir. I'm be real, we're gonna need cards in our hand. So let's just put the other 3 in our hand. The other 3. And let's just start off the combo. You start off with Branded Fusion every time. Let's see if we do have a cross-sided hand. Do we have a cross-sided hand? We don't. It's a pretty mid hand. So this is very important that we hit this Branded Fusion. The Branded doesn't hit, obviously Nadir will be there. But Branded Fusion. Go ahead and send the targeting from the deck to the grave. That would be Dark Magician and Falling of Albaz. So let's send that to the grave right now. Cards get sent to the grave, and we make Libellion. Libellion's effect specifically states, if this card is fusion summoned, discard 1 card to be able to fusion summon a level 8 or lower fusion monster. Correct? Level 8 fusion. Level 8. Level 8 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck except Libellion. So discard 1 card from hand. Dark Magician will be probably the best option. Specifically, and it's for cost. Specifically if your opponent tries to, let's say, Bestial. And what's funny about Bestials is they banish, and he's able to fuse, this card's able to fusion summon by using Banish, Graveyard, or Field, which is defeats the purpose of you Magna Hutting it. It doesn't matter what you do. You could Magna Hut Fallen Albaz, and I'll still be able to make Dragoon. So let's say they don't do it, and I discard Dark Magician. What I would do is, it shuffles it back, by the way. It shuffles it back. You will shuffle back a Dark Magician and Branded Fusion. This is to play around cards like Super Poly, obviously. And you want to make the big guy Red Eyes, Dark Dragoon. Now, with having 3 cards in hand, you can do whatever you really want. You can do really whatever you want. Go ahead and activate Nadir Servant. This is your second card for your combo. You do the same thing you did last turn, the App Cologne thing. Man, I cannot stop sweating today. And this is basically the end board right here. You set Punishment, you set Schism. We're not even counting the up to 4 to 6 draws the Dark Magician can have in turn 1. I mean, it's insane. But other than that, I mean, you're playing under 5 summons on both combos. Under 5 summons. The first combo being 4 summons, and this combo being 2 summons, because you get your gun in 2 summons. Overall, let's get to the conclusion. Let's get to the conclusion of the video. I know, chat. This is a small section, a small subsection of combos in this deck, and out of all real honesty, Dark Magician could do a lot more. Well, what I showed you guys, but look at it in this way. This is obviously with no interruptions. This is obviously playing through no hand traps, no nothing. This is just pure DM shenanigans. So take this with a grain of salt. If you want to hit me up in Discord, get a hold of me. You know my Instagram. My Instagram's the same as my channel. Hit me up on socials. We can have conversations. We can have duels. We can have practice. I'm free. I'm open and free around the. Just hit me up. You feel me? We'll talk more about it. Obviously, there's really not too much more for me to say. I mean, I think I touched on some things, not all things, but some things. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single video. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Peace.
What?